women are very smart. Men are smart, but women are smarter, and that's on God. Whether any man likes it or not, women are smarter because God has imprinted something in them that He doesn't have in us, and also something in us that doesn't have in them. But women are smarter because they carry the birth of generations. They carry the leaders of our next generation. So these women know what's up. So when they see something in you and they see an honest behavior, they read it and they know it and they're attracted to it. And then the other badness is that they like bad boys. For some reason, women like bad boys. And I don't know why. And they could understand that this boy is bad as well. And I'm attracted to him, but also he's a good person because whatever he has been through is very, very real. So I think mixture of both of them, pretty much ladies are attracted to them. And plus, I'm physically fit as well. I try to keep myself in a good shape as possible. So combination of all things, I know that your heart is pure as well. You know that you don't want evil for anybody. You want the nice things for every human being and you want the best for them. They see these things. And I think due to all these things, the whole thing, and yeah, pretty much why I think they were attracted to me as much as I was attracted to them as well. It's not a one-way street.
Okay.
It's a two-way street because I'm attracted to them too. Irene, I kissed Irene. Beatrice, I kissed Beatrice. JMK, I kissed JMK. Starsky, I kissed Starsky. Angel, I kissed Angel. Mini, I don't know if I kissed Mini. Peace, I kissed Peace. Maria, I don't know. I think I kissed Maria at the top one. Yes, I kissed Maria. So how many housemates are there again?
You guys were like 13. So the ladies, you were like maybe 13 or 14 of you, of them.
13. I think I kissed almost all of them, if not 10 of them.
You know that's a flirt, right? You know that's a flirt. Right? All these things I say. You know how
but
many?
They did the same thing now. They did. They were kissing too. I wasn't kissing them too. They were kissing.
Now you kiss pass for that. So
I want them to know that there was a man, that came out of Anambra State, Oba State, got married to a woman called Ujo Konko, gave birth to 6 children, and unfortunately, unknown gunmen came and assassinated the man and left a widow with 6 children to look after, a 31, 32-year-old woman to care for 6 children. And in the midst of that, they still kept on coming for her to still kill her, held her in gunpoint to shoot her, tried to kidnap me in school, different things. And eventually, God, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, saved every one of us out of the dirt and managed to seek asylum in the country. And after then, we finally found a way to survive, to land on our feet, to keep managing. All my siblings are doing very well. They are all healthy. None of us are sick. Every one of us is healthy. When they ran away with my dad's property, my dad's money, everything, they took everything because my mom kept asking questions and they threatened her that if you do, they'll kill her. So she couldn't do anything and she had to find God to help us. So this whole thing was a very, very sad and a very deep story for me and my family.
How has your life changed now? A couple of months ago, people knew who Cross was, but millions of people did not know who you were. But now that has happened because of your, BBNaija and everything. So in the simplest terms possible, tell me, how's your life changed now that the show has happened and has come to an
end? Overwhelming. Like, I'm in shock. Like, honestly, I can't even understand what's going on because it will be like magic, honestly. Like magic, if I'm being honest. Because I know when I worked, I remember it was like a couple of days ago when I literally, went into the course study of the, multi-choice.
Yeah.
And I know a couple of days ago, I was in Lekki, I was out clubbing, I was this, and I literally walked away easily. And now, I'm out. I'm like, what's the difference between me just a couple of weeks ago and now? The difference, it's just like going through a door and coming out through another door, and you're like totally different. So the whole thing is kind of like it's a confusing situation, but honestly overwhelming as well. So literally, so I'm like super gassed to know what this is going to amount to. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. That sounds interesting because people just nobody can talk about the BBNaija experience more than those of you who have been privileged enough to go into the house and are out of the house now. I'm saying this because I've spoken to everybody who's been in the house, and they all. I usually ask this question, and I always ask to get an idea of how it is for them. Usually, I always ask them, like I mentioned, how their life has changed and everything. You know, because just like you said, you went clubbing some days before you went into the house. But now, if you go and club now, you know what to expect, right?
Honestly, yes. I think I will definitely know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. Because it's going to be a different ball game. And as I said, clubbing in the house is the most amazing thing because you're with your friends, your close friends, which become your family. And it's amazing. But now, clubbing outside is going to be totally different because I've always been a party animal and I love to have a good time. And whenever I'm out, I like to have a good time. Party, free, let the music take control.
We noticed.
Yeah. So, and I don't know whether people are going to think, am I going to be restricting myself to having that kind of problem because now I'm a celebrity or not because I think I'm a star? You go shock them because I don't send anybody. I be who I be. So make anybody no reason now. So that's pretty much me, man. That's it.
That's it, yeah. Okay, so who was Cross before the show started? Before you answer that one, was this always the plan for you? It might not be BBNaija, but have you always wanted to be the eye of the storm? Have you always wanted to be a celebrity? Was this always the plan, to be known for what you do, who you are, and what you represent? Has this always been the plan?
Okay, yes, absolutely. And why that became a yes in 100% term is because of what happened to me growing up.
Okay.
Especially when I had to lose my dad. And seeing how family and friends turn against you. And, that thing really, really shocked me. And seeing my mom, because imagine, my mom was quite young, and imagine her asking her friends or my dad's friends, for funds or for help. And they're saying, I must sleep with you, those kind of things. And, seeing my uncles, then trying to say that they must marry my mom so she'll have they'll become second wife so that the name, the family, the name Okonkwo will still remain because of we already have six of us already born. In my mind I was like, are these people dumb? So what, do they want me and my cousins to become step siblings? Or are they what do they think we are? So the whole cultural thing was really, really, really deep and depressing for me. So in my mind, right there, I was like, you know what? I have to find a way to let the whole world know my story. I have to find a way to introduce my family and my story to the world. I don't know how I was going to do it, but I just needed to let the world know that things do happen in this world, and you have to find a way to, navigate yourself through it. So I didn't have a particular plan, but when Big Brother came about it, I was like, okay. And plus, apart from the fact that I needed my story to be heard, I knew I was a very, very friendly person normally, and I just want to have a good time. And I think that kind of personality fits BBM, So I was like, you know what? I think it's going to be a match. So why don't I use my personality to just go into BBN and talk to the world about who I am? So that's pretty much what happened.
Okay. Interesting. So I want to ask you, you mentioned your story. Now, I'm sure on the show you've spoken about at least we have an idea, but I'd like to use this opportunity to ask that you tell us a little bit about your story in the shortest possible way, because I don't want to sound like a broken record or you talking about this, because you mentioned that you guys have 6 or 5 other siblings. Am I correct?
Okay, we were 6. My mom and my dad have 6 children.
Okay.
Right. Then my dad died. Then eventually, years later, my mom remarried and I have a stepdad. Years later, and between both of them, they have 1.
Okay.
Making it 7.
7.
Then during the process again, my mom adopted another 1, making it 8. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, make it 8, pretty much. Yeah, that's it.
Oh wow. So 7 siblings in total. And you all grew up together in the same house and everything?
So yes, 6 of us grew up together because of, as I said, till my dad passed away. The youngest one was about, I don't know, 2, 3.
Okay.
Then he passed away. Then we all grew up together till our life was in danger, and we had to migrate to seek asylum in a different country. And we all left Nigeria, and we're still together. But unfortunately, me, because of stupid love and foolishness, I decided to take another path. By falling, I went to London. So from London, I was meant to go to Canada, but as I said, sometimes I can very annoying and stupid, which my mom doesn't really like. But at the end of the day, we are human beings. So I ended up staying in London, and everyone left for Canada, and they kept on waiting for me, and I didn't make it to Canada. And from London, after years, my cousin, preached the idea of me coming back to Nigeria, and he told me to come back for holiday. I would like it. Yes, I came back for holiday. I fell in love with Nigeria all over again, because the last time I left Nigeria and the next time I came, Nigeria was totally different. And I was like, oh my goodness, is this Nigeria? Abuja is amazing. So I fell in love, and I never went back. And that was on holiday. I never went back to London again, and I stayed in Nigeria. I've been in Nigeria throughout.
Okay.
But others are in Canada.
Okay. So I can call you an Abuja boy now.
Yes, sweet. Yeah. Abuja boy. I definitely spend a lot of time in Lagos, because sometimes I can come and spend like 6 months in Lagos, spend 5 months in Lagos. It depends, because I have a lot of my friends here, and Lagos is like home to me as well. So I did it daily, but I started from Abuja. Okay. When I moved from England to
Nigeria again,
I started Abuja. Yes.
Okay. So talk to me. What was Cross into before the show? I'm hearing you say all this. You seem to have a reputation as I had to write it down so I won't forget, as an international playboy with a soft heart. Somebody called you that on Twitter, and I was like, yeah. Oh, okay, wonderful. Cross Bond, James Bond, aka Cross. You understand? So what
Wait, repeat that again. I didn't hear. Repeat it. Is that
international playboy with a soft heart, aka soft James Bond.
Oh, that kills me, man. That kills me. So what do you think? Do you think that is right?
I think so. Because all the time I watched the show and I saw you, I think you slowly grew on people. Not slowly, but you grew on people, that it got to a point that if you were not in the conversation, if anything wasn't happening in the house, people would always ask, they'll come to social media and say, why are they not showing us Cross? Where is Cross? Because they know one way or the other, you bring something different or something unique. And again, Cross, first answer that one before I get to the next question. So yeah, what were you doing before you went to the house? Some people said you were playing football, some people said no, you were doing, and I'm like, okay, Cross, the floor is yours. Please talk to the people.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of things.
Okay.
Football was when I was in, England. I broke my knee. I had to stop. The doctor told me I needed to stop. I couldn't continue anymore. But I was very, very good. I remember back then I used to play for Thurrock FC, Swanfield FC. I was the highest goal scorer at the league that time. Then they used to call me Terminator, because you can never outrun me and you can never bully me. So I was so good then. But unfortunately, things happened. I had to stop. So coming back to Nigeria, and then I worked in McDonald's. I worked in Sport Direct. I worked in London. I worked in every situation. So coming back to Nigeria, I started working for my dad at that time. Microsoft, G&E Engineering. Then I got some finances to build hotel in Owerri, Crossview Hotel. But 22 rooms. I definitely started everything. And unfortunately, things happened. Bills, and the generator kept on breaking. The light was not really, really good. It kept on destroying the appliances for some time. All the television would burn, all the fridge would burn, everything. So it just kept on back and forth, and it discovered that it was not draining me, and I couldn't really keep up. So we left that. I came back to Abuja again. I started hustling again. Went into agriculture, sold rice, went into cars, started doing government contracts, because I had some government friends. So we started saying, okay, Cross, bring your bid, come and bid. So you bid for this job. Sometimes we get it. Sometimes I'll get lucky. I'll win this contract, supply some cars, supply some stationaries, supply some agricultural items. So here and there, start picking up few money to be going up. Then going to my fitness thing with a partner of mine, cross, milkshake, cross protein shake, and my cross fitness. Then from there went into the restaurant business, Gem House in Abuja as well. Yeah. Then also during that period, because I love clubbing, me and my cousin, so Play Network decided to when we were always in the club. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I would take the mic and start, talking and hyping. I discovered that, oh shit, I was good at it, and that became a hobby. It was like something I stumbled on top on. You understand? Okay. It wasn't something I was like, I'm gonna hype. I just took the mic. Sometimes I would like just be playing around, and people were like, you're good. And that's how the whole hype thing started as well. And Play Network and Play Club in Abuja, I was like, you can keep doing it if you like it. And that's how the whole thing started. So I just started bouncing different things just to survive, because at the end of the day, you must chop, you must eat, you must have a good time with your friends and your family. So it was here and there, different things. So that's what I was pretty much doing.
Okay, this thing looks like the script. When they call it James Bond, it's not a lie. It looks like the script of a James Bond film. All the things you've been into, and everything. So let's talk about your actions at the house now. We just saw a clip, thanks to Showmax, where you were showing people your private parts. Why? No.
I don't remember that. I remember.
Don't plead fifth. I'm reminding you now, please.
Why? You're reminding.
I'm reminding you now.
Okay, hold on. You're talking to Cross, because the thing about this thing is that sometimes people fail to understand. Cross did an audition to come into Big Brother house.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Cross the boss didn't do the audition to come into Big Brother house. So when Cross the boss is available, people mistake him for Cross because they pretty much look alike. But Cross the boss at this particular time, he's acting on his own will. So, and sometimes I ask my housemate, when I eventually come back in the morning, I ask my housemate, how can you guys allow someone that did not audition with you be in the midst of you guys and having a good time, and you guys never bother to even call the attention for Big Brother? Like, how can you guys be that silly? So the thing, sometimes they pay me said, as per me be Cross, if you allow person they take over. So at that particular time, across the board, they do all those kind of things, honestly. When I come back and they tell me this is what you were doing, I'm like, wow, really? Cross the boss, you really had to do me there. So that's pretty much it, if I'm being honest.
So basically, you're saying you have two personalities in this body that I'm looking at now.
Basically.
Okay, so two personalities. Interesting. So how can we speak to Cross the boss? Since if you want to go, honestly, will you just change, or we'll call you 3 times? I can't change because we'll say Cross the boss. He will now come outside.
Or you don't just call him and he will come. He takes his time. He does whatever he wants to do. Sometimes it's only in the night he comes out. Sometimes it could be in the club. Sometimes when he sees a very, very pretty lady and he likes the pretty lady and he really wants to talk to the pretty lady, he finds his way to come out. So I'm still finding a hand of it. Honestly.
Okay, so you basically a split personality. That's really interesting. I like the fact that I even admitting it on national TV, which is cool. You understand? But all this TV they talk like English. My brother, they're speaking English. Leave all those things. Answer the question.
I don't tell you.
This guy,
I can tell you something about
where now?
Listen, no. Anybody where they use me, make una know say wetin they see na me. This na reality. What you saw in Big Brother house is me. I was not faking. I was not lying. I was not in any way trying to trick you so you fall in love with me. Me, when no say I dey do okay for house. Me think say I go come. I plan to spend 4, 5, 6 weeks for that house on guard. Now waiting because I think I go do. But coming out, seeing all these things, people, I'm like, what? Really? So you think they shock me? So if you think, say, I go can't change, or I go can't tell you another story, or I can't do somehow, you got the wrong person, though. Who so you saw there is me.
So basically, you were 100 on that show. There was no gimmicks.
If there was something more than 100, I was it.
You were, okay, so that means you didn't have a strategy, or all those things you were doing was just who you are from the get-go. No gimmicks or anything.
That's it. No gimmicks. That's me. On guard. That's it.
Okay. I like.
If you don't like me, I'm sorry. If you like me, I like you too. And if you don't like me, I still like you at the end of the day, because everyone cannot like you. Do you understand? But I am who I am. and I'm not going to change for anybody. God made me who I am, and I have to appreciate God before I appreciate man. Do you understand?
Yes. I like the fact that you're honest enough to even admit these things. The fact that you admit these things. But let me ask you this now: your relationship with the housemates and everything, especially the ladies. You were always on the lips of the ladies. I remember, I think it was Beatrice or Princess. I can't remember which one of them. When she was leaving the house, she was like, "Oh yes, my real crush is not white money, it's cross." And I was like, "Cross is wait happen." So why do you think the women were attracted to you? Why do you think they were attracted to you? Because you know that's a fact. You cannot tell me it's cross the boss that was at no. It was you they were attracted to. So why do you think this was happening?
Okay, I think they were attracted to both of them. Do you know why? Because Cross, okay, get to understand who I am. What I have been through in life, my experiences in life what has brought me to who I am today.
Okay.
If I have not been through those things, I would not be who I am today.
Okay.
I have seen friends turn each other's backs. I've seen brothers turn each other's backs. I've seen things in this life that make me question, what on earth is this? So when I have gone through certain things like this, and I know that I have the will, because God has given us the will to decide what you want to be and who you want to be. So I have decided that, okay, you know what? These things I've been through, I am going to be the best version of myself. So during this process, it took a while, and eventually I landed to where I am. So I think ladies eventually see because women are very smart. Men are smart, but women are smarter, and that's on God. Whether any man likes it or not, women are smarter because God has implemented something in them that He doesn't have in us, and also something in us that He doesn't have in them. But women are smarter because they carry the birth of generations. They carry the leaders of our next generation. So these women know what's up. So when they see something in you and they see an honest behavior, they read it and they know it and they're attracted to it. And then the other badness is that they like bad boys. For some reason, women like bad boys, and I don't know why. And they could understand that this boy is bad as well, and I'm attracted to him, but also he's a good person because whatever he has been through is very, very real. So I think mixture of both of them, pretty much ladies are attracted to them. And plus, I'm physically fit as well. I try to keep myself in a good shape as possible. So combination of all things, and knowing that your heart is pure as well. You know that you don't want evil for anybody. You want the nice things for every human being, and you want the best for them. They see these things, and I think due to all these things, the whole thing, and yeah, pretty much why I think they were attracted to me as much as I was attracted to them as well. It's not a one-way street.
Okay.
A two-way street, because I'm attracted to them too.
Yeah. I like. Okay, so you're attracted to them. So when you say them, are we talking Angel, Sasuke, Beatrice, Princess, Irene, all of them? There was no special.
Irene, I kissed Irene. Beatrice, I kissed Beatrice. JMK, I kissed JMK. Sasuke, I kissed Sasuke. Angel, I kissed Angel. Mini, I don't know if I kissed Mini. Peace, I kissed Peace. Maria, I don't know. I think I kissed Maria at the top one. Yes, I kissed Maria. So how many housemates are there again?
You guys were like 13. So the ladies, you were like maybe 13 or 14 of you, of them.
13. I think I kissed almost all of them, if not 10 of them.
You know that's a flex, right? You know that's a flex. Like all these things that say, you know how
but
many?
They did the same thing now. They were kissing too. I wasn't kissing them too. They were kissing.
Now you kiss pass for that. So let's leave it as it is. That one is the fact. Now
have you forgotten? Irene kissed almost 7 guys too.
Irene kissed almost 7. Look at the number of people. Okay, Irene kissed 7 guys. How many did you look at the people you kissed? Irene, you were there for longer. So all the times you and Angel were doing all those things. Now all those things you and Angel were doing, it counts for double. All those things it counts for double. It counts for double. All those things you and Angel were doing, that double. Let's just leave it. Let's leave it. That double. That double like that. Cross. This is fun. I wish I had a lot more time. But before you go, I'd like to know now what's next for you. What's next for you? What's the next
for
thing
me?
For you? Yes.
Wow.
What's next for you?
Literally, brother. I want to take over the world. I literally want to take over the world. I want to tell the world my story, as I said. I want the world, not just Africa. When I mean the world in general. I mean Ghana, Lithuania, South Africa, Singapore, America, England, Dubai, all over the world to know my story. I want them to know that there was a man, you know, that came out of Anambra State, Oba State, got married to a woman called Ujo Okonkwo, gave birth to 6 children, and unfortunately, unknown gunmen came and assassinated the man and left a widow with 6 children to look after, a 32-year-old woman to care for 6 children. And in the midst of that, they still kept on coming for her to still kill her, held her in gunpoint to shoot her, tried to kidnap me in school, different things. And eventually, God in his infinite wisdom and mercy saved every one of us out of the dirt and managed to seek asylum in the country. And after then, we finally found a way to survive, to land on our feet, to keep managing. All my siblings are doing very well. They are all healthy. None of us are sick. Every one of us is healthy. When they ran away with my dad's property, my dad's money, everything, they took everything because my mom kept on asking questions and they threatened her that if you do, they'll kill her. So she couldn't do anything and she had to find God to help us. So this whole thing was a very, very sad and a very deep story for me and my family. So I want the whole world to know that, and I want to make sure that people get to understand that even if bad things happen to you or the worst things happen to you, you can always overcome it. You can always climb on top of it. Even if they take you down, you can always come up. I want people to know that at the end of the day, you are who you are and you can still rise above all. So that's my story at the end of the day. And my business plans, I really want to just show the world my crossover night, event. I want to do it in different parts of the world as well, in Africa, in the world, turning up. And my protein shake, I want to do my fitness brand, health thing in general, my cross fitness. I want to have health, care in general, the whole package deal. And my restaurant, the business, the food business, Gem House in Abuja. I want to push it in different states or country as possible. And, work with companies that see me fit with their brand. Because at the end of the day, some people will see you and they don't want to work with you because you don't fit their brand. So every company that sees me, that think that I will work with their brand, they should hit me up because, wallahi, I will carry your brand for my head because your brand now becomes my brand. It doesn't mean it's no longer your brand. I will make sure it's our brand. And once something I put my heart in, wallahi, I take it all the way to the top. And when I mean I take it all the way to the top, I go carry that matter for my head. So that's how I am literally. And we're going to have a good time doing all those. So that's pretty much what I want to do. And help my mom in her ministry become the best, build my mom's ministry to be a better platform so people can understand where she's coming from as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole plan.
Okay, man. I really wish you the very best from your mouth to God's ears, and hopefully all these things you've listed out, everything works out well for you. I'm really hoping that in the next future, probably even next year, you look back at this period and realize that God has been faithful and God has been good to you. So what's your number amongst the siblings? Which number are you?
First.
You're the first. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's really impressive.
I'm Diopara. That's Igbo. Diopara.
What does that mean? The firstborn?
Diopara means the first. The first son.
Oh, the first
son. The first child.
First child. Okay. Man,
I was the one that after my father and my mother had sex, I was the one that came out first. And to all my other fans out there, I love you. I can't wait to go on this ride with you because we're gonna have a good time.